Welcome to the UK Niner podcast, part of the Across the Pond Sports Network. Now, here are your hosts, Matt Walker and Neil Baldock.
Hey everybody, we're back. We did another one. We enjoyed it so much last week, we thought we'd come and do a second. How you doing?
Another. Good morning. Or good afternoon.
Yeah, it's good afternoon. What we got just gone 5 o'clock UK time. What you got out in Seattle?
Yeah, just 9:10-ish. So yeah.
My Sunday's done, your Sunday's just beginning.
I know, right? I know. But yeah, I enjoyed last week, so it was fun. I'm back for another, and obviously a lot to talk about today.
A lot to talk about, absolutely loads to talk about. Obviously, it's a good time that we've started on with this, I think. And as you can see, I've tried to get the background up to speed a little bit more. So I've got a bit of a game plan on the right-hand side of the screen there. We're going to talk about the draft recap for the Niners. Then Neil's got a little bit of a blind rankings for me, Dave. Looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. See what he's got. Probably going to stitch me up live on air. But hey,
nah, man, it's all good.
Then we'll have a look at other teams and how they fared in the draft. And then just touch on any unrestricted draft free agents. Yes.
There we go. Sounds good.
So
yeah.
You ready to go?
Yeah, I think we'll just get into it, man. It's like, let's recap the draft and then dive a bit deeper and see what we find.
Loads to talk about. Here we go.
First down.
So, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, the pick is in. The pick is in. The Niners ended up with 9 draft picks. No,
8. Yeah, I think 8 and 1 for next year. Lots of. I can't try to keep track of the trades. That was a challenge. They were busy. I think Kyle and John they were bored. I think there was a lot going on, a lot of phone calls. As everybody probably knows, not much action in round 1 for us. I didn't think there was much value in trading back, and I don't think there was. But yeah, I hung around for the whole of round 1, and nothing happened.
Well, obviously it doesn't start in the UK until I think it kicked off at 1 o'clock Thursday night, and I watched a little bit of the build up to it, and then kind of was like, well, I'm going to bed, and then woke up in the morning, checked the phone. What we do? Oh, we drafted out around 1. Brilliant.
Nothing.
So I was pleased I didn't, but hey, so kind of let's just have a little look in like a graphic. Here's our draft haul then overall for 2026. We've got Big DeJean Stribling in round 2. We'll go into these a bit more. Then we're going edge with Romello Heights. Running back in round 3. Oh, Kyle loves a running back in round 3.
Classic Shanahan pick.
Absolutely. Then into round 4, Grace Holton. Another defensive lineman. Then we finally address the offensive line in the round 4, pick 127 with Carver Willis of Washington. Then I've got to say, I know I spoke to you about this last couple of days ago. Pick 139. If you watch Kay and Peele and you do see their introductions to American football, I'm sure he looks like he's got a lot of talent, but Efficien's Prysock.
That's a name.
Easily be on a Kay and Peele sketch. Anyway, then we're going to round 5. Jaden Duggar, pick 154, linebacker from Louisiana, and we wrap things up with another offensive tackle, Enrique Cruz Jr. out of Kansas. So, heck of a lot to talk about. Let's first of all go with the fact. Let's talk about rounds 1 and 2. Go for it. We traded out the first round, like you said. What was your initial thoughts about the first pick we did make at 33? Because we traded back.
Since dropping out, there was a couple of players I really had my eye on. One of them we spoke about last week was Lomu, and he went a few picks later. I still think he might have been the pick. When Stribling got announced, because we waited the whole day, right? It was like no picks. Then for me, it's a whole day. It's like, what's happening? 4 o'clock at work, I'll jump on my phone. Stribling, like, who is this? I didn't realize it. I didn't go down to the 15th ranked receiver to see how he was doing. I really like Denzel Boston out of UW, like local college to me. I've seen him play a lot. I thought he was the target. But then Nick Saban was on ESPN. He had a high opinion of him. And then, like you, I'm sure I'll have to watch the tape, so I don't want to talk about that.
Well, you have or you haven't?
I haven't watched. I've watched a little bit, but it looks like he can take the top off of defense, right?
Well, Well, I watched a little bit last night. I kind of just dropped onto YouTube and just watched a few of his highlight packages. And it strikes me, he's got breakaway speed. Shanahan, obviously, they love the Yak brothers, didn't they? Old Yak brothers of Kittle and Debo and, yards after the catch. And from watching the tape that I saw, if he makes the first man miss, he's gone. He runs away from the defender. So there's a lot of that. And there was one of probably the biggest highlight players against Georgia. So, SEC, powerhouse, Georgia. And he just took a little 5-yard hitch, made the first man miss, and he was away. And he sort of ran away from the Georgia defense. Physical runner as well. He doesn't shy away from contact, shoulders down. And you can imagine that Kyle is thinking about that dink and dunk, throw it short, but with the threat of taking the top off the defense because he has got that breakaway speed.
That'll open stuff up underneath for Pearsall with his route running, like we spoke about last week. So I think that'll be good. And then obviously, I read somewhere his downfield blocking is pretty good. And obviously, that's always a need for a Niner receiver. So yeah, the more I looked into him, the happier I'm getting. Right?
Yeah. I agree, and and this is what fans do, and this is what fans are meant to do. I saw a couple of videos from like drafts way back where Buffalo Bills fans, they saw a Josh Allen being drafted, and they were like, "Josh Allen, what are you doing? We're never going to win anything." And even Kansas City,
look at him.
Kansas City. I saw one fan going, "No, we're never going to win a Super Bowl in my lifetime with Patrick Mahomes." So the bottom line is, you don't know. We don't know as fans. And it's a case of, in my opinion, like you've got to trust Kyle and John. They're there for a reason. And yes, historically they haven't drafted well, but then they've found some nuggets. You think of Kittle and Debo, and Fred was late, and obviously Roger Irrelevant. Who's Roger Irrelevant? That's a cartoon. That's a magazine. You don't want to talk about on here. Anyway, Mr. Irrelevant. So you've got to try and trust the process a little bit. And actually, I think I'm jumping the gun a little bid, but did you see the interview? The reporter who asked John Lynch, "Why are you so bad at drafting? Why do you go so much against the consensus?" And John turned around and went, "I appreciate your question," he said, "but we've got our own consensus in the building, and what the consensus nationally doesn't necessarily fit what we look for, and not only the ability but the character of these guys. You've got to be a certain character to be a 49er."
That's true. And I think the only question you can really have on these picks is, did you maybe overpay a little bit? But the reality is, if they shake out, say Stribling shakes out to be a starting receiver in 2 or 3 years, no one's going to care that we could have got him maybe in the 3rd round. Everybody's just going to go, it was an awesome pick. I think you're right. We'll just stick with it. I think he's going to be good. I have a bit of a bold take on him. I want to do it at the end of the pod. I think he's good. I think he will open up space for McCaffrey and Pearsall. Obviously, he's going to learn a lot behind Evans as well. So,
year one, though, as well. If you think about 2026, we're looking deep in the receiver room now. Evans, Pearsall, Kirk. You've obviously now got Stribling. You've got Jordan Watkins there, Jacob Cowan.
Yep.
Yeah. It is deep. And so you've got to. I'm with you. I'm forever the optimist whenever these draft picks come in. They might not be the most glamorous, but I'm kind of like, Kyle and John are doing that for a reason. And Kyle is still one of we talked about it last year, should have been in line for Coach of the Year. Yeah. So, I'm with you. I'm optimistic, but then you look at other receivers like the Dante Pettis picks from way back and and you kind of think, well,
we might have a few of those in the blind ranking for you, mate.
All right, cool. So
they're coming.
You got to trust. And with that then, so that was our first pick. We then had to wait till pick 3, round 3 rather, pick 70. And we got a partner for Bosa. Although, have you heard? Still, I'm hearing the Joey Bosa kind of rumbling still going on. But
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think you draft someone here, then bring Joey in. So, but I mean, again, watched a bit more tape on this guy. He's going to be, I think he's pretty situational pass rusher. Is that what he's going to be, I think?
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, the kind of take on it, I've got a lot of kind of info from Nick Wagner of ESPN, just doing a little bit of research. He's had a significant shoulder injury during college, his career, but at the same time, 10 sacks, 58 pressures for Texas Tech last year. So he's got a chance to fill into that specialized third down role of, rushing the passer. He's got ability, a little undersized, but, that's kind of the guys that the 49ers like, these undersized pass rushers.
Yeah, and we've got to go for, after last season, obviously we've got to go for depth. I know the injuries, but we still had the worst pass rush in the league.
Yeah.
So it has to be addressed. I think we did a good job. I like this pick. I think this is a good pick. Yeah. How did we get this one? I can't remember. Is it one of the drafts? It's one of the ones.
What is it?
Oh yeah, it's the one we traded with the Browns. Yeah,
we did.
yeah.
That's right. That's right. So that was a new pick. Yeah, that's right. Trade from the Browns to get pick 17, round 3. That's right.
Yep.
And then, so I'm kind of going, okay, Stribling, well, yeah, never heard of him. But like you said, the more you look into him, you can understand why Shanahan's gone there. Height, I agree. I think height is going to offer that depth as well. But also he's got some speed. He's quick. He is quick off the edge.
He is quick.
And then you kind of go, right, okay, time for offensive line in round 3. Time for pick 90 offensive line. No. Let's go Kalon Black, running back,
Classic.
Indiana.
No, I don't get this. I have seen every draft grade. I think the highest draft grade I've seen this is a C. I saw a few Fs. No one likes this pick.
No.
I don't know.
But
I think we already had the RBs in the building anyway.
Yeah, we've got Garendo. We've got Garendo's in there. Jordan James, we mentioned him last week.
Yeah. And Garendo can't be happy, dude. I think he's probably thinking that's his carries going down, right?
Absolutely.
I don't know. We'll see. But I don't think his pass catching was that great either. Don't think he's known as a pass catcher, which is got to be. So maybe he's just there for the, short yardage.
So his career numbers in terms of through the air, 55 in 5 seasons. That's the other thing as well. He's going to be 25 in October. So he's not a young man. I think he's only 5 years younger than McCaffrey. So it's not like you've drafted somebody you could use as a project. So they must see something. But receiving in 5 seasons, the last 2 with Indiana, and obviously Indiana won the national title, but he wasn't the feature back in there, was he? 55 receptions, 528 yards, averaging 9 yards a catch, 6 touchdowns, and a long of 46 yards. Yeah. So it's hardly prolific with his hands.
No. And I think it's exactly what we just said earlier. I mean, most people had this guy as a 7th round or maybe even undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
And we pick him up in the 3rd. Just seems like the draft capital could be spent elsewhere. That's all. But hey, like we just said, if he comes good, he comes good. But obviously we're just looking at backups and then probably drafting for a specific need, I'm guessing, whatever that need is.
Yeah.
We'll just have to, obviously it's just the clearest value problem in this class, and then we just got to solve it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't want to rain on your parade in terms of what you might be sending me later, but I think about like previous running backs. I think about Joe Williams, Tyrion Davis-Price, Trey Sermon, all these backs taken high up 3rd round. And where are they? What have they done? We come, and there's an element of, because he wants to use McCaffrey so much, these guys don't really get a chance anyway.
Yeah, and that's it. And let's say if he does take carries off McCaffrey in whatever situation, his situational downs, just give CMC a little bit of a break. Maybe it's a win, but we'll have to wait till training camp. This is a pure wait and see what happens with this guy, because, like I said, it feels like a complete reach right now.
It does.
I mean, maybe, and I was looking at reaches for the entire NFL, and this was in the top 5 of every single reach for the entire NFL, never mind just our team. So it's rough. Well,
but hey, so there you go. There's your first 3 picks, rounds 2 and 3. I mean, we came in really, we were kind of thinking about what were our needs. Well, receiver, edge, offensive line, particularly tackle. I think actually we've not spoken. We've not done one of these since we re-signed Trent. So at least Trent's back with us. Yeah. At least we've got Trent, but Trent's obviously turning 38. But that's a big deal for this upcoming season, I think. So you've got time for these, Carver Willis, talk about them in a minute, Carver Willis and Enrique Cruz Jr. to kind of to mature a little bit and learn. And our first 3 picks: wide receiver, okay, edge, okay, running back, no. Anyway,
but hey, you guys said before, they're the ones getting paid to make the choices, and this is how we pick it apart. I read some more stuff this morning, and like you just said, it's like we have to trust them. we overspent. But I think later on, we'll discuss the other picks later, or maybe next. Is like I think there's some good value. Like always, the Niners find good value in the later rounds.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Some good picks there.
Without further ado, then let's get on to our next segment.
Second down.
So second down, we're now going to go a little bit further down the draft. Oh, well, actually, we said we were talking about deep diving a little bit more into the second and third round, but I kind of think we're done now.
I think we did. Let's just jump in. Let's just carry on.
All right, we'll carry on then. So second down, we've converted second down really quickly. So that means, though, I'll tell you, it's only 15 minutes gone. No, it's fine. If it's a little bit short, it's a little bit shorter. But it's only 15 minutes gone. That means, though, it's
halftime.
Really short first half. But I suppose, like you say, well, yeah.
I think we were just too excited to talk around about picks. That's all it was. We just got straight in there.
I tell you what I've done. I've misread the notes because we were going to talk about all the picks first, then we were going to deep dive into them.
We did all the picks. We spoke about them. We went through them with your cards. It's all good, man.
All right. If the second half lasts a bit longer than the first half, that's all fine. So anyway, I'm just excited about halftime. Come on, then.
I thought we'd take back, because obviously this is all going to be about positivity. I thought we should balance this off with a bit of like maybe some 49er draft busts. So I trawled through. I chose like 5 of the top 7 or 8. Then I'll throw them in a random order. You're going to like this. This order they come at you is just the order they're going to come at you. And then I just want you to put them in. Like and once they're locked in position, Matt, they're in. That's it. Can't move them.
Right.
So,
all right. That sounds good.
There's some expected ones. I think they're all going to be in there.
The studio's just falling apart. Sorry, I'm just going to grab a notebook just so I can remember what I say, because I don't want you cheating me.
That's all good. I've got my pencil as well. We're all good, man.
Okay. I'm ready when you
are. So first player, Oklahoma State, wide receiver, 2004. This guy, NCAA record for 7 receiving touchdowns in the game, regarded as a perfect, absolute stone cold first round pick. Went number 31 for the Niners, Rashawn Woods.
Rashawn played 31, did he?
Pick 31.
Oh, pick 31.
Yeah.
Rashawn Woods. Oh God. Well, I'll tell you what.
I can give you some 49er production if you want, because this guy had 14 games, 7 receptions for 160 and a tutty. And then after that, he went over to the NFL Europe. I don't think he played much. He got drafted by the Hamburg Sea Devils, then to Frankfurt Galaxy, and then over to the CFL for the Argonauts and the Hamilton Tiger Cats. So this guy was a stone. He was like guaranteed, nailed on starter. So Rashawn Woods, where are you putting him, Matt? Where are you putting him?
I'm getting 5.
You're getting 5.
All right. Okay. Well, based on the fact that, and obviously number 1 is the biggest bust. Yeah, that's what we're going with. Yeah.
Yeah, number 1 is the biggest bust impact to the franchise.
All right. Okay. What round did we draft him?
These are all 5 of these players are going to be first round draft picks.
Oh my word!
Yeah.
What was that then in 2004?
Pick 31.
Pick 31. 2004. Oh man, but this is. I've obviously got some ideas about who else might be coming.
Yes, you got to leave space, right? You can't just be.
Yeah. I wouldn't say he's the biggest bust, because I've got a real good idea who the biggest bust is in terms of what he cost us.
Yeah, he might be on there.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go with Woods. Let's stick him at 3. We'll go middle.
I think that's good. I mean, I didn't even mention his 49er production was the same as his NFL production. That was it. He just went to nothing.
14 games, 160 yards, 1 TD.
Yeah.
Wow.
After being Oklahoma State, just amazing player. But anyway, locked him in at 3. That's all good.
We'll lock him at 3. Okay, all right, cool.
Next one, quarterback. Maybe not the one you're thinking about. 1997.
There's been a few of them. QBs.
Yeah. 26th overall.
Jim Druckenmiller.
Druckenmiller. Yeah, this is more our era. Drafted to replace Steve Young. He won the Big East Co-Offensive Player of the Year that season. And the 49ers viewed him as the best rated quarterback in the draft class. His first game.
Who's in charge then? Who's making these ratings? What year was it? Sorry, what year was it?
1997. So you're talking.
So I was 22. I was 22. Man. Go on, keep talking to me.
Go. Anyway, first game he threw 4 picks. He only started 1 game for the Niners. Ended up with a one touchdown, 4 interception ratio. And again, his 49er production did equal his NFL production. He stopped off at Miami. He went to the Memphis Maniacs, which was the XFL set up by the WWE. And then he stopped off at the LA Avengers. I mean, where these players end up, dude. This is why I had so much fun doing this, just trying to find out where these players ended up. It was wild.
What I think you've told me. What pick did we take him at? First
26.
round, pick 26. I've also remembered who the head coach was as well. I say remembered. I've just looked it up. Steve Mariucci.
Oh, okay.
Back in '97, Steve Mariucci. Yeah. So, So I think was T.O. around then as well? 97.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, he definitely played for Mariucci. Anyway, Druckenmiller then. I've one of my favorite 49ers anthems is the one by well, there's a lot actually. I can't remember actually who this one's by, but there's one there's one where they're going through players. It's a rap and they're rapping through players, and the line is, "And we really signed Druckenmiller."
And the worst part is, I looked at some players that we passed on and we could have had.
Yeah, go on.
Tiki Barber and Jason Taylor.
Oh my word, Dolphins,
Yeah.
the end. Oh my word. Right. Well, Druck, I've got to leave room because now this is where I kind of wish already that I'd have put Woods at 4 and then Druck at 3. So, have you got an order? Have you ranked them as well?
I've got an idea.
All right. Okay. Cool. I'm going to go Druckenmiller at pick 26, 97, replacing Steve Young. Memphis Maniacs.
The Memphis Maniacs. What a team.
You just made that up. Right. I'm going to stick him at 4 because I'm hoping there's 2 that are bigger.
I think so. Right, now the one we've all been waiting for, Mr. Trey Lance.
Number 1.
Oh, perfect fit for Mr. Shanahan. Dual threat quarterback. Number 3 overall. Traded everything to Miami.
3 first round picks?
What's that?
Was it 3 first round picks?
We sent the number 12, a 2022 first, a 2022 third, and a 2023 first to Miami.
That's the killer.
Do you want to know who Miami turned those picks into?
I remember this, but yeah, go on.
Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Bradley Chubb. We also passed on Jamar Chase in that draft and Micah Parsons.
Honestly,
I can't tell you. Like, this guy, he's only started 4 games for us. And I can see why. I saw his pro days. I fell in love with his arm like everybody else. He had that one season. He was 28 touchdowns, 0 picks. But it was the level of football.
North Dakota State, FSB football.
It was purely a talent pick. Let's be honest. If it wasn't for Purdy, this would have put the franchise in a hole for years.
It really would. I think it's probably because it's one of the most recent as well. But he's going to be my number 1. I'm afraid he's got to be up there, and I'll lock him for number 1. If someone else, if you pull somebody else out, then fair enough. But
I'll be honest with you, Matt. I do as my number 1. I honestly, half of this exercise was trying to find someone else because he's so obvious. But it's the draft capital, the players, other teams drafted, the quality. Yeah. Jamar Chase at number 5. Yeah. I mean, huge. Next one. This is an interesting one. I threw this one a little bit of a curveball. 2017, we traded down from number 2 to number 3 with Chicago.
Yeah.
To pick up Solomon Thomas. So Solomon Thomas, not great.
No.
Steady career. But the problem with him is who we missed on. We missed on picking up McCaffrey at 8. And then obviously the big one, Pat Mahomes went at number 10.
Yeah.
So this is more about an impact to the franchise of like, we could have had the guy.
Yeah.
We could have had McCaffrey earlier. NFL.com, I didn't know this, nicknamed him War Daddy. So, I mean.
Who? Thomas?
Solomon Thomas.
War Daddy.
War Daddy. Also in this draft, we used one of the picks we picked up from Chicago to get Reuben Foster. So, but there is a slight nuance on this one. Solomon Thomas gave us the 2018 third-round pick where we picked up Fred Warner.
Right.
So there's a little nuance on this one. I thought this was a very interesting one. He's had a career. He's not like a scrub like some of the others. He's played.
Yeah, he's still going around. Yeah, now.
But the impact of the franchise again, just huge.
Yeah, and that was 2017. Shani was hired in February 2017. Yep. So this is like Shanahan's kind of first.
This was it. This was the we're building around Solomon Thomas. Let's go.
So what have I got? I've got Lance at 1. I've got Woods at 3. I've got Druckenmiller at 4.
You got 2 and 5 left.
Yeah, I've got 2 and 5, and I think, like you said, because of who we passed up, you know, I think it's always hard when you talk about passing up. When you talk about like passing up on Mahomes, yes, he's obviously been a generational talent. And he's done wonders for Kansas City, but then he's got Andy Reid and he's got everybody else around him. I mean, you know, you only need to look at people like the Sam Darnolds who get drafted by the Jets, you know, and if you get a stellar quarterback in a bad situation, it doesn't matter how good they are.
It's true.
You know,
like,
so
with Mendoza this year, right? Who knows, right? So I agree, and honestly, like that's always hindsight, right? And we spoke about it earlier. It's all consensus. It's how like people you got to draft for need. We didn't need a quarterback then, but again, Reuben Foster was in that package as well.
Yeah.
But we ended up with Fred as well. So
I think. Yeah, I think, like you say, because of what we passed up on, and because of Fred's the silver lining to that. But I think, based on what we've had so far, and I've kind of got a couple of ideas about who might be coming next. I think I might put him at 2 because of the amount of players we passed up on. So it goes Solly at 2.
That sounds good. So this guy, next one, he's locked in at 5.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you were this one because I don't say anyone, but this one, Illinois receiver. 2012, 30th overall.
What overall? 30th?
30th.
Right, okay.
AJ Jenkins.
Oh.
Well, another one. 3 games. 0 starts. 1 target. 0 receptions. Just did nothing for us at all.
Absolutely nothing. Well, I mean, obviously he's locked in at 5. But Jim Harbaugh was the head coach then. You know, 2012. It was obviously in the prime, the cap era, wasn't it? When we were knocking at the door, and we had the Bowman and Willis in there as well, and Michael Crabtree, and Jenkins is a good one to put in there. He's locked at 4. I mean, if locked at 5 rather, would I have changed him? Would I have put him ahead of any of the others?
No, the only other one that's around there was Alshon Jeffrey. We passed on that draft.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just more of a case of, but this guy, I mean, to have 0 receptions as a first round pick is wild.
That is poor. That is poor. Absolutely. And so he's locked in at 5. I don't think I would have changed that. Lance at 1. So I've got Lance at 1, Solomon Thomas at 2 because of what we passed up on. Lance because of what it cost us. And then, like you say, it lasted 4 games and the ankle went. And to be fair to Trey Lance, unfortunately, he's not fared well in Dallas. He's obviously a backup now. But then you're going to Dallas behind Dak Prescott, and then he's now back up in LA with the Chargers behind Justin Herbert. So but He's going to be that journeyman quarterback, isn't he, Trey Lance is? But for what we gave up for him, I'm still happy with him at 1. Solly at 2 because of what we passed on.
Yep.
I think that's good. Then Rashawn Woods. I'll be honest, Rashawn Woods, I've got vague memory of him, but he was kind of, because it was 2004 almost, you're talking 22 years ago now. My grey matter's not necessarily what it was. and he probably came and went without me even realising.
Well, that was the thing. I mean, I think AJ Jenkins has said, I think he went on and had a bit of a career. But again, I think I'm just looking at his stats here. He had 17 receptions in his career as a first-round draft pick.
AJ did.
Yeah. Right. Rashawn ended up with 7 total.
Yeah, there you go then. I'm happy that I've put Woods as more of a bust as Jenkins then. Then Druckenmiller. I mean, we've had a number of quarterbacks over the years where how are you going to follow? I mean, Montana, Young, all the way back to John Brody. John Brody, Montana, Young. Garcia was decent. You had Jeff Garcia in there, but how do you follow that lineage of quarterback? So it's hard for anybody. But I think Druck, if you're coming in like you say as a first round pick, number 26. Steve Mariucci was always a bit of a mad scientist, wasn't he?
You just mentioned Garcia. I've got his jersey upstairs.
Man,
that's a wild jersey to find. Don't think it fits anymore. But it's a wild jersey to find.
So, are you on similar lines with those 5? Or?
Yeah, I just had I had Druckenmiller at 3. Okay. And I had 2 receivers just because of the impact of receivers.
Yeah.
But
Druckenmiller at 3 and then Woods 4, Jenkins 5, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But very similar. I mean, I'm not surprised. But to me, the most interesting one is the Solomon Thomas one.
Yeah.
I think the trade down to get the draft capital from Chicago. They went for Trubisky, right? That was the draft.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
And he had a career, but I just can't get past the players in that draft we just missed on. It's just generational. But
absolutely,
you'll see. And I always remember watching Patrick Mahomes. He was throwing, throwing footballs off his knees, from the halfway line and throwing them out past the running track and stuff. Oh,
madness,
crazy! But there you go. I hope you enjoyed it.
Mate, that was amazing. I can't wait to do some more of those. I'm going to throw one at you next week. But that's love it. Absolutely brilliant. Right, good stuff.
Okay.
Tell you what, halftime took longer than the first half. Anyway,
hey, I thought that was more fun. Let's go.
I think it was. Right, let's move on.
3rd down.
Okay, then. So now we're meant to be deep diving into rounds 4 and 5, which is pretty cool. That's cool. We can do that.
Yep.
So rounds 4 and 5, we just get to my little ticker going as well, just to remind people who we took 4 and 5. Keep your eyes on the bottom of the screen, and you'll be able to just remind yourself who we had. So round number 4, we came back on 107 again. Another pick gained from a trade. Yeah.
Yep.
107. Grayson Holton, then defensive tackle, Oklahoma.
I like him. I think this is probably our best draft pick. I think this will be the guy. I think he'll be a starter within maybe next season. I think this is the best draft value. We got him where he should be drafted. And I think he's just exactly what we needed. I'm happy with him. I think he's really good. I think he's just this is the pick that we should be making in the other first 2 rounds. This is classic Niners. We do really well in these mid-round picks, I think. And I think I've seen good grades, and I've seen from A- B pluses. Right. So this guy, I think the consensus is this was a good draft pick for the Niners, and I think it's exactly what we needed.
What does it mean for the likes of CJ West and Alfred Collins? Obviously, they were drafted last year. Is it just
got them in
rotation?
Yeah. So as we said earlier, I don't think we can have enough depth. That honestly, we got to the teams we're playing against in the NFC West. You can't have a down where you're not impacting the line of scrimmage.
No, you're right.
You got to be going at him every down. So whether it's cover injury, just someone's gassed, wherever it may be, depth. We got to get after the quarter. You pressure Darnold is going to make mistakes, right? Push him up the middle, force him out wide into Bosa, whatever it may be. But I'm happy with it. I like this one. I think this is my favorite pick, I think, of the draft for the Niners. I think this is the one that's going to have the most impact as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think similar. Like you say, he's got a very good write-up. Again, Wagner on ESPN. He was a fan as well, and good production in college as well from Holton. Where is he on my notes? Yeah, I mean, 8.5 sacks in his college career with Oklahoma for 4 years, but just 9.9% run stop rate led the FBS. I mean, so
well, his pressure rate as well, like nearly 12% pressure rate. He's off the charts on everything you would want from interior pass.
Fourth highest amongst D tackles and the best in the SEC. Now, if you're the best at anything in the SEC, you've got a
You're pretty good. You're pretty good. Yeah. So I love this guy. I don't think there's much more to talk about him. Honestly, I think he's going to be exactly who he says he is, and I think we're going to do well with him.
And then 20 picks later, pick 127 in round 4, we finally get an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Carver Willis from your neck of the woods. Yeah,
don't know much about him, honestly. Even though he is like from UW, and then so I'll dig a bit more into him and ask a few season ticket holders that I know, see what they think. But interior line prospect.
Yeah.
Nothing too flashy, just a solid pick, and see where he ends up.
Yeah, I mean, like it says here, again, the notes again from Wagner, played tackle in college, but some draft analysis project him as a guard in the NFL rather than that tackle position.
Yeah.
So worked out for the Niners in the past by staying at tackle. Anyway. And but yeah, there's not a lot on him even from Wagner. His take is that we finally addressed the need for help on the O-line, but it remains to be seen where he'll fit in. And
he definitely looks like he's more of a run blocker than a pass blocker at the start, so that's probably why he fits more of a guard for now.
6'5", 291 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah. So
like you say, a project and a bit more depth. So at least they began to address one of their needs on their line in round 4.
But again, I think it's a good pick, and it's not too. It's just a solid pick, solid B pick. I think this is where you build the team, right? This is what we do. So
definitely. One more pick coming in round 4, then pick 139, and this is our long rangy quarterback. Apparently 6'4", 195 pounds. Efficians. I'm going to go Efficians.
Yes.
Efficians Prysock from Washington. So another Husky.
Yeah. So again, we're betting on his tools here, right? That's what we're doing. Yeah. So maybe year 2, maybe year 3 comes through, but still good depth. I don't think he's starter material yet, and he won't need to be. So again, I think it's another solid pick. I think it's again, we've said it before, that's 2 picks. I think it's the same for this one. This is where we mine our gold, like literally, dude. I think this is what we're going to be doing. His press, I read it was reading his press and boundary disruption is good, that's what we want, right?
Absolutely.
And it fits our zone heavy coverage scheme. So I think this is a good pick.
So 6 kind of listed 6'3", 6'4", 33 and an 1/8 inch arms. Tall, long corner, more in line with what Niners are looking for. I mean, 2 years with Arizona, 2 years with Washington, only 2 picks, 1 for each of those programs. But like you say, that sort of long, tall, rangy DB is just fit in line with what they're looking for. And we'll see how Raheem Morris utilizes it. Probably won't get a lot of starts in year 1, but again.
Well, hopefully he doesn't get a lot of starts because that means things are going wrong.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I think, as I said, year 2, year 3, we'll see where he goes. Let's take is it round 5 now then?
Yeah, so that was our last pick in round number 4. 3 picks in round number 4, 139. We then traded again, didn't we? We traded out of the 152 spot.
Yep.
And D Winters, we've got to talk about D.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
So this is where D's gone. We traded D to the Browns there. Okay, pick 58. And so I don't know what to make of that, actually. I don't know about D because he showed flashes of brilliance last year, but again, still young, still needing to develop. But I was sad to see him go.
Me too. I think he played well when Fred was there, right? When Fred got injured, he kind of fell off a cliff. But then again, he's young, right? I think he was a talent, but I also think he wasn't going to hang around and wait and just stay there, be behind like Greenlaw and Warner. I think he was like, let me out, get me a 5th round pick, and this probably helped him out for his career development. But I would have liked to keep him. We all talk about his depth on this podcast. It feels like at the moment is like because I think we're so injury scarred.
Yes, it's happened so many times before. Why is it going to stop this year? Yeah.
So I think mentally, all I think about is like, who is the next guy? Who's the next guy up? But hey, we got rid of him. Wish him well, obviously. But I just feel like 5th round. I don't know if was the right value. It seems maybe a 4th would have been better.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
But then again, if no one wants him,
and where's he gone? He's gone Dallas, hasn't he?
Yeah. And before we jump on, I would just talk about like trades. Did you hear about like Kyle and was surprised that no one called up for Mac Jones for a 1st round?
Yes.
I think we were expecting that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's a bonus for us. I don't know what they were wanting to do with that, if anybody did trade up for it, but I think, as far as backup QBs go, I don't think you're going to get anybody better.
I think if you take starter and backup, it's the best quarterback room in the NFL. So
yeah, I agree.
They're not going to give that up for anything other than a 1st.
No. And Mac proved that last year. He's proved his worth. He's proved, like we said last week on the pod, he's proved he's happy to stay in that role for the time being. He's in a good place in San Francisco. He's one of the boys. They all love him as well. The locker room loves him. So unless something astronomically good came Kyle's way, then I'm happy with keeping Mac. Definitely. 100%.
So we traded one, didn't trade another, and then we ended up with Jaden Duggar.
Jaden Duggar, linebacker from Louisiana. And when I saw Louisiana first, I started looking at LSU, and I was, no, LSU. It's Louisiana.
Yeah.
But again, it's. From what I read, and I watched a little bit of his tape again last night, they always talk about, like Fred Warner particularly talks about getting dogs. And apparently this guy is another one of those characters.
Yeah, and I think his traits, you see it across the board, the NFL from the 49ers this year, is we've gone with like athletic, speedy guys.
Yeah.
That's what we've gone for. We've clearly upgraded speed in almost every position.
Undersized, though, a lot as well.
Yeah, he was a converted safety, I read.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's not necessarily a bad thing. That seems to be a trend in the NFL nowadays as well. So, we'll have to see what he brings. I've seen some tapes this morning on the socials was like, this is the biggest reach in the NFL and whatever. But I think his grade's pretty good. I think it's another, B- C+ kind of grade. So.
I often think as well, these guys in the 4th, 5th round, they fight that much harder because they've got obviously less of a chance to make that final 53. That dog does come out of them, and we've seen plenty of guys in the 4th and 5th round who have turned into stars in the NFL. Yeah,
and you probably expect Doug as well to make a special teams impact as well, I would have thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
With his speed, no? So
yeah, absolutely.
I think it'd be good. I think this is a good, solid, just squad depth thing. So cool.
Good stuff. And then we rounded things out in the 5th. Pick 179, another pick that came by way of trade. With our second offensive lineman, Enrique Cruz Jr. from Kansas.
Yeah, probably, although this is the least draft, because I wasn't around when this draft pick happened. I was doing other things, so I haven't really read into him. I just read a few things, but again, it sounded like a little bit of a reach from what I read. He looked like a 7th rounder, but clearly fits a need. Dressing offensive line again. So we'll have to see. It sounds like another development athlete, so we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I've got similar. He's played both tackle and guard at college.
Okay.
Tested well athletically. The 3rd best relative athletic score amongst all offensive tackles combined this year. Obviously, we pulled Vidarian Lowe over us to use as a swing tackle, but he's got a chance to compete for a roster spot behind Vidarian Lowe. So again, more depth.
And I think what you just said. I think you just said it just there. Was he the 3rd ranked for athletic ability?
That's right. Yeah.
So it goes. I think it goes with that trend we just spoke about. It seems to be that's the way we're going. And whether that's maybe more athletic people, less injuries, I have no idea. But we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, absolutely right. So yeah, when you look like that, like you say, if you categorize this whole draft, I think it is that it's depth, it's speed, maybe undersized, maybe reaches, but they've got characters, they've filled needs that their consensus in the building, down by Levi's, that's what we believe is going to make us better, and that's what's going to hopefully keep us in touch with the Seahawks and the Rams.
Yeah. And I think if we just sat down and had a real good think about how a 49ers draft would have gone and took our fan head away from it for 10 seconds, this is almost exactly the draft we would have picked.
Exactly. 100%.
This is every other draft we've done for a long time.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm pretty happy with it. I really am. Yeah. I think we got 3 good picks in Holton, Prysock, and Willis. I think they're good. I think they're going to be good value picks. And then if you want to talk about the reach on Black, you can, but I think we've discussed that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, like you say, Scribling's got an opportunity to develop behind in that deep receiver room, learning from Evans and Kirk as well, and possibly compete for maybe some return usage.
Yeah. Right.
And I say what I saw from Romello Height, as much as he might have been a reach, he's quick off the edge. He's quick off the edge. And if he can be a situational player on third down, particularly, that's going to that we just
bring
need
him
to pressure
in.
the quarterback. Just need to pressure that quarterback.
So I think as long as I guess you want to put down the early picks play out, that we didn't just waste the draft picks, everything's going to be fine. And training camp next. I think that's where we're going to see it all happen out, right? So
training camp next, and the draft, as it always is a gamble for everyone.
It is.
Right.
So what's the plan next? What we got going on? So
with that third quarter was a long third quarter. We passed the ball and there was no running on that third quarter. So that's only the third quarter. So we've got to go into the fourth.
Fourth down.
Because the last thing we need to talk about, we've talked a lot about the Niners. What did the rest of the NFL do?
Yeah. So do you want to go through the top 10 or just want to discuss the top 10 quick? Or
let's have a quick chat about the top 10 and then we'll have a look at the Seahawks Rams.
Sounds good.
Because honestly, mate, from the beginning where we were talking for 7 minutes in the second quarter, we've now been nearly there 50 minutes. So we could be here days. All right. Even our mums are going to be bored by now.
I did joke with you this could take 2 hours today. So I think I was very light at the start. Let's get through it and then we'll see how it goes. Well, top 10.
Even Maureen and Susan are bored now. Right, go through it. So pick one. We talked about Mendoza.
Yeah. Number 1, Solid's going to sit probably a year. I don't think he will. I think it'll be the standard thing. 4 games, the crowd will get restless. 5 games, Cousins will do something wrong, and he'll be in.
Yeah.
Under the whole umbrella of, we can't stunt his development like every first-round draft pick ever is. So I think he'll be in. I think he'll be good. I just don't know how he will get on because he's with a terrible team.
Well, again, that's the same. And unfortunately, with all due respect, I think I've just heard my youngest son come up the stairs before I start ripping into the Jets. David Bailey at the Jets as well, really great player, but is in a bad situation.
Yeah, same thing. Quickly go to the Cards. Jeremiah Love, I mean, what amazing. But again, are they going to waste his carries his first 2 seasons while they get good? Maybe. Yeah. I was surprised at Carnell Tate at number 4. I didn't think he would be the first receiver off the board, but
no, that was a big shock, and I think they said that even like Rich Eisen was talking about that. That's the first big shock of the of the draft. But
a quick shout about one of my buddies at work. He's a big Giants fan. He's from the area. I think the Giants had the best draft.
Yeah, I think they did really well, and
they picked up the best linebacker and the best tackle in the draft. 2 top 10 picks. They've reset the org. Obviously, a new coach. He's happy for the first time in a long time. So he's doing right. He's doing all right.
If anyone can turn the Giants around, John Harbaugh will do that.
Yeah.
Then we got Mansour Delane for the Chiefs from LSU.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Did I read that the Chiefs lost all 4 of their secondary starters this offseason?
Yeah. Yes, I think they did. Yeah. So that was a need there. Don't know much about Delane. Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State for the Commanders.
Amazing player and a great pick for them.
Yeah. Jordan Tyson, Arizona State for the Saints.
Yeah.
Again, you just worry about obviously their quarterback situation is not great down there. So how productive he's going to be. See what Shook ends up doing if Shook ends up remaining the starter for the Saints.
Yeah, and then the other one of the top 2 tackles, Fano, went to the Browns. So I think all in all, other than Carnell Tate, and I was actually surprised Arvell Reese fell. I was surprised he fell to number 5.
Yeah.
That's purely got to be on like team needs, because I think he's probably the best player in the draft, but we'll see. But yeah, so should we jump into the NFC West?
Yeah, let's do that. So, I mean, bottom line is, did the gap between the Niners and the Seahawks and the Rams increase with this draft? Or, you know, like you say about the Cards, we won't worry about the Cards, with all due respect. You know, the Cards are the Cards. They're still rebuilding. Quarterback remains an issue for them a little bit as well, doesn't it? So Jeremiah Love, okay, yeah, really talented, but the Cards aren't going to be there or thereabouts this season.
They're not. It's going to be that thing is, can Love hit a home run just out of the blue and just mess your game plan up? But honestly, I don't see them going anywhere. But obviously, it's their biggest risk, taking a running back at 3, but I also think he's one of the best players in the draft. So
best player available. Yeah, absolutely.
As far as the Rams, Lynch's comment about Ty Simpson was wild. I was like, I guess we don't have to worry about that pick for a year. I was like, oh, basically is what he said, right? So,
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. Obviously, they're thinking about quarterback replacement in the future, but again, I don't think they've got better.
No, not immediately. No,
not immediately.
And then Jadarian Price to replace Kenneth Walker up in your area.
Yeah, everybody I spoke to up here, I was speaking to my stepson as well for quite a bit about this. I was like saying, I think you're going to pick up a running back. You're going to have to. And they didn't want it. They wanted to trade out, but it sounds like the Niners took their trades away from them. And so we'll see. I don't see Jadarian Price. He was the backup to Love, right?
Yeah.
So we don't really know what he is, but Kenneth Walker's gone and Charbonnet's injured. So he's going to get the carries.
Yeah, he is.
And he's going to get busy.
Yeah.
But I was reading about Bud Clark, I think it is, from TCU they picked up.
Okay.
That might be the best pickup of any team in the NFC West, unfortunately.
Right.
But generally speaking, though, I think what you said earlier, I don't think there's been any separation between Seahawks, Niners, or Rams.
No, okay, fair play, yeah.
Not from the draft. I think we've got better off-season wise as a whole. I think we've caught up a little bit.
Yeah.
With the Evans. But as far as the draft,
well, we'll say it again. We won 12 games last year with literally $100 million on the bench.
Yeah, these are the three best teams in the NFC last season, all in the same division. Yeah. Any one of them could have won a Super Bowl. Even with the injuries, we could have won a Super Bowl. So, I mean, I was looking at like how to grade everybody. I gave everybody a B or a B minus. I mean, that was it. I mean, I think it was a solid draft by everybody.
Yeah, I've seen some experts give the Niners an A minus overall, which I was really surprised about.
I think there's like that mid-round. There's mid-round picks again, and maybe Stribling is starting to float up a little higher. Mm-hmm. I did read someone was saying that his draft stock was they couldn't keep up with the consensus opinion. It was like he was really going up. So, but it just feels like everybody is just the top 3 teams are just going for stability and depth. So,
and why not? Why wouldn't you? A fair play. Right. Very quick before we go into OT. Reaches and steals. You've written something here about you think the biggest reach was Xavier Thomas, wide receiver, LSU to the Bears?
I mean, just find my notes. Yeah.
Expected to go 222, went 89.
That's the one, yeah. Just on purely draft capital alone is like, that's just a swing. I mean, if he's not hit every metric for a certain position that they want him to play, that's the only way you draft him, right?
Yeah.
I think that's way too rich for my liking.
I remember watching as well. There was a quarterback who slid a long way. Garrett Nussmeier. Garrett Nussmeier dropped tremendously. I think it dropped to the 7th round. And I think he was expected to go much higher than that. I think he was expected to go kind of in the early hundreds, and he dropped right down to the 7th round. But it's apparently some sort of issue with his spine. The last year or so, he's got some sort of cyst or injury that they were still trying to deal with. So it's always sad when you see guys like that slide and slide and slide.
And even the Heisman Trophy winner didn't even get drafted.
No, No.
I mean, he went, I don't need an agent. He did that whole thing and whatever. And then the steal of the draft, and this is, I was going to mention his name earlier, but I'll save it for now. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, the safety out of Toledo. He's going to be mid-first, late first-round pick. He was there on the board for us. It was a position of need. I was like, let's go. Let's just pull the trigger. That's the one I wish we'd have got.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people look, and I think that's a steal. I mean, you're getting could be a mid to late first-round pick. What was he? Went to the Browns at 58.
58, yeah.
Yeah. And then the Brock Purdy Award, Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Red Murdoch, linebacker from Buffalo, went to the Broncos.
Yeah.
Obviously,
the last 2 picks.
Obviously, Mr. Irrelevant from now on is always going to be even more attention after what Purdy did.
Of course it is. Because there's always a chance. There's before Purdy, it was kind of just a gimmick. But now there's always a chance.
Always a chance. Even his undrafted free agents is a chance, right? So, So Red Murdoch, that's him. That's your Mr. Irrelevant for this year. Excellent. Great name as well. There's some great names.
It sounds like a football player from the 50s.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
Right. Let's very quickly, because I think I'm going to get called for my dinner soon. Let's very quickly drop into
overtime.
Still haven't got that sound right. Overtime. Anyway, biggest winner, biggest loser from the draft then on the current roster. So the biggest winner on the Niners roster?
Purdy.
Yeah.
He got speed, he got protection depth. He's happy, right?
Yeah.
I can't see. He's picked up this season. He's picked up a true deep threat with massive speed. He's picked up Mike Evans. He's picked up 2 O-linemen that we've said look like they might be pretty good.
Yeah.
Trent Williams has re-signed.
Yeah.
Taking the draft, then you throw in the other off season. I think he's going to be a happy chap. I really do. And then the losers. I just think Garendo's going to be. I think it's him. I think it's me. Like, what do I need to do that you draft another 3rd round running back?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So and then our way too early draft grade. It's dead easy to look at names and stats and one thing or another.
Yeah.
I would probably go with a B minus. Yeah, kind of around that. But again, not completely unhappy. But I think you similar.
Yeah. Your B minus, especially if dribbling works out. If dribbling doesn't, it's probably going to down to a C plus. But
yeah,
that's what drafts are for.
Absolutely.
I think we've already spoken about our favorite picks, but I really like the Holton pick. I think that's going to be the one. Really makes a difference. And then Paul Black is going to get it everywhere. He's going to, you know what? He's going to have so much to prove. This may be because he's getting it. He's catching strays from everywhere.
But then every other round 3 running back for the last 7 years has been catching it for the 49ers. And Shanahan don't give him a chance while he's got McCaffrey.
Yeah. So, bold prediction, Matt, do you have one? I'll put mine on the notes, but I was wondering if you have one.
I've seen it, so I'll let you say that. Bold prediction. This time next year, we'll be talking about Kalen Black in biggest draft bust. No, that's mean. That's mean.
Blind rankings part 2. I love it. Well, mine is he used to be Reddit. I think destroying dribbling. Not talked about now. I think he's going to grow through the season. I'm saying first playoff game, 100 yards. That'll be, I think we're going to make the playoffs again. I think he's going to offer something that Purdy hasn't had. He likes the deep shots.
Yeah, he does.
I think everything. I think the complementary receivers, all the drafts, the speeds, the offsetting skill sets. He's just going to open up the field for Shanahan. And so, yeah, let's get rid of that. Dribbling 100 yards in his first playoff game. Let's go.
Love it. I'm going to make a bold prediction. I don't know why, but I just really like the sound of Romello Height. I like the name. From the little bit of tape I've watched, I think he's going to be productive. So I'm going to say that Romello Height is going to tally between 6 and 12 sacks in his rookie year.
Wow. We're winning the NFC West if he does that, man.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, yeah, I'm not. That's not a bold prediction I'm going to make right now.
No, I'll make it. Right. Should we close it up then?
Yeah, let's close it up. So yeah, basically, one final takeaway then. Go on, tell me. One final takeaway.
Classic draft. That's it. There's a classic Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch draft. I didn't expect anything different. We kind of hoped a little bit different, but honestly, it's exactly what we thought it would be.
Absolutely.
And I don't think there was any surprises if we just thought about it a bit more. And yeah, but happy. Generally, I think happy.
Yeah, I agree. One thing we've not talked about today is undrafted free agents, but we can get to that a little bit later down the line when we've had a chance to look into those guys, because obviously that's one of the later things on the draft, but we'll have a look at that. But again, mate, that's an hour. That's an hour gone already.
Number 2 in the bag. Can't wait for number 3.
What should we do next week?
No idea.
We'll have a chat during the week, mate. Anyway, you guys, if you are still with us, thank you ever so much for joining us again. We hope we've broken down the draft a little bit for you, not only from the Niners point of view, but equally a little bit about the rest of the NFL. Do you know what? If these first 2 are anything to go by, Neil, I'm going to love this all year.
I know. Dude, I love getting into the history and the stats and stuff. I like it.
I like to say as well, though, mate, I've spoken to you more times these last 2 weeks than we have done in the last 6 months, so that's even better.
That's amazing. Baby! Fun times. Right, okay.
Mate. We'll see you all same time, same place next week. You take it easy. Have a good week, everyone.
Later.